Right, oh, nice sunny start to the day, but still a tad chilly. I left my coat in the car because I wasn't sure whether it was going to be warm or not, but I think it is supposed to warm up a bit. You know, it's that really awkward time of the year where you think, should I put my coat on or should I not? Well, I'm out to do a litter pick today. I found a few little bits and pieces along here, but it's still snowier than I thought it was going to be. I was going to head out to the mountains, but they had way more snow out there in the mountains. They had like 30 centimetres of snow out there. And this time of the year it's really soft post-holy snow, so you can keep that garbage. I don't really like walking through that. I don't mind when it's frozen solid. When it's minus 30 and frozen solid, that's fine. But it gives you walk on top of the snow. This time of the year you walk through the snow. So I don't know whether to head back across and get my coat out of the car, or whether to just brave it and hope for the best. But yes, but, since I'm currently stood here shivering, I think I might go and pick my car up and coat up from the car and then head downtown. Well, I wimped out. I went back and got the coat. Yes, I got a feeling it's going to be one of them days. When I get down by the river, you'll be surprised it can actually get considerably colder down by the river. So I will head in a different direction. It's a lot cleaner down that way than I thought it was going to be. So I was just talking to a guy walking his dog, and he said it's pretty clean along there. So I will go a different way. I'm going to head downtown that way. Basically, I'm out for a long walk today. I just really feel like a long walk, so I will see where it takes me. Something's got all the geese riled up down there, not quite sure what. They're all having a connection fit down there on the islands. Right, this bit along here has been a bit grubby, so there's a nice convenient bin here, so I will empty this bin out, this bucket. It's only a half a bucket so far, so I will empty this out and head on my way, because the next bin's actually quite a long ways away. And that piece down through there wasn't too bad. And there's a guy called Matthew Edwards that comes along and cleans that bit up quite often. Looks like somebody's been through there. Right, there's actually still quite a lot of snow down through here. This is a route that I use down into downtown. If it's like that tree finally came over. There's several trees there. They were rot as hell. I'm not surprised they've taken those down. They were ready to fall down. Right, well, that doesn't look too bad. I'm going to head down into downtown that way, I think. Right, when I go. Right, well, I got down by the river here. So that's the equivalent of one bucket. I had a half a bucket, but I emptied that already. So, yeah. So this is downtown. Birds are all going nuts this morning. Right, it's quite a bit of garbage along here. There always is along this piece of fence. So I will clean up along this fence, and that will probably fill another bucket, I should think. Right, on I go. Well, it actually turned out to be a bit better than I thought it was going to be along there, so that's good. Yeah. A nice blue sky day today, so that's good. I would definitely take that. Yeah. Yeah, so I was going to head out to the mountains, but I didn't really fancy post-hobbling through a bunch of very deep snows. I will head on downstream and see what I find. That's good timing. Normally the train never arrives, but there it goes. That's the northeast LRT heading out that way. That's downtown Calgary over there. And all the seagulls are making quite a noise. So I'm going to head over that way and see if I can find out why. Right, on I go. Right, so I've just done underneath that bridge down there, and all of that was just literally out from that little piece of bridge under there, so that can get quite grubby under there. So yeah, cleaned up as much as I could. Right, I'm going to head down this side of the stream. I usually go down through the park the other side, but it's pretty clean at the moment, I believe, so I'm going to head down this side of the river and see what I can find. Well, number 3 bucket's filling up pretty fast. This north edge side of the river, it quite often gets a lot grubbier than the other side. But, we're just talking to a nice guy down there who's down feeding the ducks. So, yeah. Right, we continue along this way. Actually, it's a lot cleaner than I anticipated it would be, actually. It probably means there's a whole bunch of garbage buried under the snow that I can't see. Right. This road off to my left is Memorial Drive, and it's very noisy, so I'm not going to film much along here. Oh, that's good, the washrooms are open. I was busting for a leak. Yeah. Right, well this is St Patrick's Island, and it is surprisingly clean, so I think they've done a litter pick in here. Somebody's had a clean up in here, that's for sure. It's unusual with no garbage. So what I'll do, I head down to the bridge over here, walk down, where can I go from here? Down into Inglewood, I guess. Inglewood's down that way, so yeah, I'll go down here and cut across. Yeah, seems like a good plan. Oh, a little bit of garbage there. Right, I'm going to head down that way through here without getting a picture of the bench. That's one of Calgary's biggest benches. That thing's huge. And the bridge. I do like this bridge. It's very photogenic. I've taken a lot of pictures of this bridge over the years. So, not going to walk under it today because the snow has all started to melt. We're right into what I call isothermic season. The snow is all melting. Looks solid, but isn't. Yeah. Right, I'm going to head along the pathway that way, see if I can see anything along there. Right, just found a few small little pieces of garbage, and that's about it. I think somebody has done a clean up along here. Definite. Yeah. Yes, you look at that ice and you think, now middle of winter I'd walk across there without any hesitation whatsoever, but the ice, it's all breaking up. It's break-up season, so I'm not sure you'd want to be walking across that. But that is downtown Calgary, and I think I'll probably come back on the far side of the river there somewhere. I'll cut down through Inglewood and see where I end up. Right, so I'm just going to head over the bridge into Inglewood. It's always a nice piece of fence across here. Yeah. Yes. As I've said before, if you come along here when this is high wind, this fence really does whistle a lot. Oh, I see a coffee cup or something hiding over there in the snow. So let's see if I can get that. Right, now I'm going to head over that way into Inglewood. Right, on I go. Right, that's exactly the reason you don't walk across the ice. Looks nice and thick, doesn't it? And it is, it's about 8 inches to a foot thick, but it breaks off real easy, that's for sure. Yeah, not a bad shot of downtown though. Nice blue sky day. I'll take that. Not bad at all. Yeah. Right, let's head over the bridge and see if I can see any garbage over there. I've just come from the other side of the park. I'm just starting bucket number 6 now. Yeah. A lot of people out running today. It's a nice day for it, I guess. It's cool enough for a run, but right. Definitely cool enough for a run. Not any garbage along here. Still a bit too much snow along this piece. Yeah. Either way, I will head back down into the city over the other side and see what I can find over there. Ah, so it's doing quite a bit of extra work over there. That's where all the new arena and everything's coming through. A lot of garbage in the river here. Not a lot I can do about getting it out. There's a shopping cart in there. Yeah, not a lot I can do to get that out of there. Yeah, not sure what's going on, but it's an awful lot of people running today. They're everywhere. Literally, I came along that path over there thinking, oh, that'd be nice and quiet. There was a lady sitting on the bench. I was chatting to her, and she said I came along this way because I thought it would be nice and quiet. And there must have been 300 people run by, so that's not good. Oh, I can see some garbage down there, but I'm not sure if I can actually get to that. Let me see what I can do. There's quite a bit of crap floated down the river here. I'm going to see if I can get some of that out of here. Not sure how much of that I can get out of there. The inevitable shoes. Right, let me see what I can get out of there, and we'll go from there. Right, well, that used to be a really nice veggie garden. They still use it. Yeah, it's changed a little. Well, I couldn't get much out of the river. I got a bucket. So that is bucket number 6, and all of that bucket came out of the river. So that's good. That's a good feeling. Yeah, looks like the trains are going to move anytime soon. Yeah, it's quieting down a little bit. A lot of the runners have vanished. Yeah. So right, I will continue along that way. I'm just going to empty the bucket out and continue down that way. Right, I'm back over this side of the bridge. Going to head up this side. That's up into downtown. Down there is Inglewood. I just come up through that way. So I am going to head up into. Alright there. I'm going to head up into Centre Street, I think, up by Prince's Island. I think I'll head up that way. Yeah. Right, on I go. Right, just catch the LRT going into downtown there. It's pretty good. Yeah. Very regular service around here, it really is. Yeah. Just down through there, that's the Simmons bedding place down through there. Yeah. Lots of the runners still out and about. Right, it's a bit of garbage along here. So I'm just going to collect that. I was just about to collect that, and then the train came. So got to get a picture of the train. Yeah. That's always cool. Yeah. Right. Now that bit under there was pretty gross. But all of that came out from literally from the bridge to where I am now. So yeah, good idea to get this river cleaned up before it all greens up, because once it does and the floodwaters come, all that garbage just gets washed down the stream. So I will continue cleaning up and head up that way. Right, just had to swap out the battery. Right, that's quite nice along there. I came along the other side of the road over there. Definitely more garbage that side than there is this side. Right, so I will continue on up through the parks, I think, and see what I can find up that way. Right, so not sure what happened there. The GoPro glitch. Right, gonna head along this way. Haven't found too much more along here, so that's pretty good. I'm on to bucket number 8, so that's good. I'll take that. Not bad for this time of the year. So I'll head up along towards Centre Street and up into the parks that way, I think, and see what I can find along there. Other than that, it's a glorious day. I brought my coat with me this morning because it was chilly as hell, and now I've got it wrapped around my waist because it's just too warm. Right, okay, so I will continue along here. Right, we're getting closer to downtown. Well, I'm in the middle of downtown. I'm getting to what I call downtown, which is down that way. Yeah, so I've got a dilemma now. I've just stopped for a rest. I'm just starting bucket number 9, which is not bad. I will take that. It's been quite productive considering. Yeah. Right, I'm just debating. I've got 3 ways I can go here. I think I'll go off on my left because I'll probably find more garbage down that way. Right, I'll come back round to the big chairs, as I call them. These chairs are huge. Yeah, but surprisingly clean down here. Clean. This is Shinlock Park, so this is surprisingly clean down through here. So this is good. So we will take that. Right, down through the park's looking pretty clean. The snow's melting pretty good. So, yeah. Past Lego City, as I call it. Yeah. Yes. Snow hasn't still melted away too much on the sides. I'm having trouble finding stuff along the sides here. But, there is some. We're getting it, like I say, this is bucket 9, so we will take that. Yeah. Right, on we go. And a woodpecker looking for bugs. That's pretty cool, eh? Yeah. I thought that sounds like a woodpecker, and I'm used to seeing the black ones with the red heads, but that one just sprung up out of nowhere, looking for bugs. Oh yeah, snow has melted. This is the beach in Calgary, so I'm going to find a nice chair here in a minute. I'm going to sit down and enjoy the shade a bit. I think this chair here looks like it has my name on it, so we do exactly that. Oh yeah, here we go. That's better. Dave at the beach. Yes, so this is the beach in Calgary. It's good logs. All the bark's coming off the logs here. Look. Yeah, bugs can get those off of there. Yeah. Yes, very nice. Umbrella. Yeah, keeps the sun off. Yeah. Yes, this area is definitely changing. That's for sure. Yeah. Right. So, yep, that'll do for now. Gonna head on that way, see if I can find some more garbage over in the park. Right, on I go. Right, so that's downtown Calgary. It's Legoland over there. We came up along that way, just chatting to a young lady over on the benches over there, on the beach benches. She spotted them as well. They're actually toasty warm. Yeah, it's really nice sitting on those. They got the music thing going over there. I'm not sure what that's all about, but that's been going for half the winter. I don't think we're going to do much skating on there now. Right, I'm going to head up through the park and up over the bridge that way. See if I can find anything over there. It's been pretty good so far. Just emptied out bucket number 9. just starting on bucket 10. Yeah, so I'll head that way and see if there's any garbage. On I go. Well, the snow is melting. I'll take it. This is a good toboggan hill in the winter. This one down here, this is really good. Yeah, we've just been all down along there and there's not much at all. Struggling to find enough to put in the bucket now, which is a good problem to have. So I will head over this bridge and see if there's any steps on the other side. There quite often is. Oh no, that's a sprinkler. Don't drop that, that'll be in my bucket in about 3 seconds. Yeah. They're surprisingly clean actually, it's really nice, which is a good problem to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Not the biggest problem in the world.
Oh no, let's do some video down the river. That's second or third person I've seen today fishing. I haven't seen anybody pull any fish out the river yet. All about their fishing. And this is one of the best fishing rivers in the world. People come from all over the world to fish this river. Yeah. So this is the Bow River in Calgary. Yeah. I haven't seen him catch anything yet, and the last guy I sat and watched for a while as well, I didn't see him catch anything. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that and see if he does. Right, on I go. I was speaking to some very nice people there, some people from Winnipeg. They're just visiting, and yeah, some people there, they wanted me to take a bunch of pictures on them, so they had their phone, and I was talking to them about photography, and it turns out they had a proper camera on them, so I did a whole bunch of bits for them. It's like Dave's spontaneous photo shoot. So if you ever watch this video, you're very welcome. Have a nice one. I know this camera won't do it justice, but the mountains today look so good. I can see Banded Peak out there. Banded Peak's out over there. Banded Peak's there, and then Glasgow's at the other end of the Banded Peak. That's what they call the Big Four. Anybody that climbs mountains around here will know the Big Four. That's those ones over there. And, this is a really good place to stop. Halfway up a very steep hill, there is a bench, and I'm going to sit on it for a while because I'm like that. Bucket's not doing too bad. Yeah. Yeah, bucket number 9. And, I'm just going to sit and enjoy the city. Look at that. The sunshine is lovely. A couple of days ago, we had about a foot of snow. That's why I didn't go out in the mountains today, because I know that they got a lot more out there. And I hate post holding through wet snow. So this time of year is a bit of a pain out in the mountains. It really is. I like to be out there as much as I can, as people that know me will know that that's the case. But I wanted to be out there today. However, the snow's a bit yuck. So I know where all the cameras are out there in the mountains, and then you can log into a lot of them, and it tells me how deep the snow is. Know before you go, eh? Right, so I'm going to sit on this and enjoy sitting here for a while, and then I will head up the top of the hill and see if there's any more up there. Yay, back to the top of the hill. It's always nice to get up the top of this hill. Yeah. It's a good walk around, but it's always nice when you get to the top of the hill. Yeah. Right, I'm going to continue down the path to my left here, straight ahead, and see if I can find any garbage down there. Well, I think I will call that it. One of my favourite little bits of fence. I will call that it, I think. And that was a good read. 10 buckets in total. I found 10 complete buckets, and I just found a coffee cup, so we will call that 10 buckets. Means I now have to go to the bin to empty out the coffee cup, so either way. Right, met some great people. I just speaking to a couple down there, and he was saying that it's something he's always wanted to do. I said, well, get out there and do it. And he liked the idea of using a bucket, and like I said to him, I said using a bucket is way easier than bags. Bags you've got to contend with wind. Buckets are easy because you just fill it up, stomp on it, and you can actually crush a lot into a bucket, just stomp on top of it, and then just tip it out when you get to the next bin. Right, I think I will call that it. Thanks for coming along. And so this is one of my favourite fences, so we will call that it for now, and I'll catch you on the next one.